have a question for you. Which is better for axe handles, heartwood or sapwood? You know, if you've been in the forums and on social media much in the edge tool world, if you were to post that question in a forum, you would get a multitude of theories. You would get all kinds of responses. People arguing for the advantage of sapwood, people arguing for the advantage of heartwood, people arguing that the great-grandpa swore by his system of finding handlewood in some layer of old logs that no longer exist. It's an interesting question as far as it goes, but it is also a question that actually people have seriously studied. If you're looking for axe signs, this is one of the questions that's actually been taken very seriously by the axe industry at a time when hundreds of thousands of handles were being made, and this was a serious quality control issue, right? The Forest Service actually put out a series of bulletins and reports on this, done in conjunction with testing. It's really fascinating. Here's a quote I found in one of them. Sapwood, except from old, over-mature trees, is as strong as heartwood, other things being equal, and so far as the mechanical properties go, should not be regarded as a defect. Interesting. Here's another one specifically looked at hickory, right, our preferred handlewood here. There is an unfounded prejudice against heartwood. Specifications place white hickory or sapwood in a higher grade than red hickory or heartwood, right? Though there is no inherent difference in strength. And in this great report from 1966, the USDA Forest Products Laboratory, in conjunction with the University of Wisconsin, and I quote, in over 500,000 tests by the Forest Products Laboratory on woods grown in the United States, no effect upon mechanical properties of the wood due to its change from sapwood into heartwood has been found in most species. Guys, that's Big Ten science. Big Ten science. Bucky has ruled on the matter. Now, my point is not actually to answer that question. That's not the topic of this video, but it's to point out that there's a lot of wisdom, a lot of rules of thumb, a lot of axioms and advice passed down, often just orally from people you respect or taught you how to do what you do, right? Carve a handle or fix a tool or sharpen scissors, whatever it is. All kinds of wisdom gets passed down, and we tend to believe that, and that becomes our theory. We don't really look at evidence. We don't do the tests ourselves. We're not even aware that tests were made. But somebody said it, it sounds right, and it sticks with us to this day. Even Big Ten science couldn't put it to rest. So as I'm about to go to town on these axes, sharpen them up, I'm going to use power tools. But do power tools draw out the temper of the metal? So on the face of it, this is no trivial question. Really, it's not. And I'm going to tell you right now, Sisyphus doesn't know. How would Sisyphus know the answer to this, right? Do I got a PhD in metallurgy? No, I don't know. In order for an edge tool to be strong and cut well and last over time and not bend or break or roll right away, it has to be hardened, then tempered. And these are processes applied to metal at certain temperatures, right, for a certain amount of time. It gives a certain quality to the atoms in the metal, right? They'll line up just right, and they're all happy little atoms, and they're ready like a Greek phalanx to just do work for you, okay? And the concern here seems very common sense, right? Grinding causes friction. Friction causes heat, and heat can change the metallurgical properties of your temper. It might draw out the temper. And the warnings of the ancients are quite dire. They're pretty clear. Dudley Cook agrees as well. He says never use power tools because it might ruin your temper. Hell, I even found another book, The Axe Manual, Peter McLaren, America's Champion Chopper. Hell, he says if you even use a dry stone, right? A stone, manually, without water, you might ruin the temper. But most of these claims are simply presented on authority. There's no evidence. It seems to make sense, it sticks in our minds, and it lives on to this day. But there's a lot of people grinding metal every day for a living. And a lot of them say, that's complete bunk. It's just not true. And it also seems to me, if this were a common occurrence, you would see multitudes of posts, newbies, rookies, people just getting into the hobby, ruining temper left and right. All kinds of pictures, all kinds of reports, First swing, my God, half an inch dent in it, These things would be bubbling up all the time as people look for, some answer for this failure. And you just don't see it. Simply on the experience any of us can have is if you go out and you grind metal and you're not specifically trying to overheat the metal, but that's not your goal. If you're just doing things fairly competently, the head never gets that hot. It just doesn't get hot enough for these metallurgical changes to take place. It would just seem not to be there. Sisyphus can't solve this. If the U.S. Forest Service and University of Wisconsin couldn't put the hardwood sapwood thing to rest, Sisyphus isn't going to even make a dent on this mighty controversy. But what we'll do is we're grinding this axe, okay? I'm going to do it like I normally do, and we'll just be very cognizant of this, right? All right, I'm not going to take any special precautions to cool the metal, like water or dip it or things like that. But I'm certainly not going to go out of my way to make it hot. And we'll go along and we'll just keep some observation on this because this main wedge is old. It's got a laminated bit there. This will be good. This will be good for science, all right? So just to frame what's going on there.